So I really don't understand why some fandoms are dragging each other when we know how award season goes.
I'm saying I don't wanna come down from your love. We'll get lost together like we fly. Don't ever let me come down from your love. From your love. From your love.
Hey guys, it's briczennie. Welcome back to my channel. About 3 weeks ago, I made a video called Things That Shouldn't Be Normalized in K-pop, and you guys seemed to really like it. So thanks so much for all of the love that you showed to that video. Since you guys seemed to like the video so much, well, I'm back with things that should be normalized in K-pop. The title is pretty straightforward, and as always, this video is just for fun and based on my own personal opinions. So if you disagree, that's fine, and feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. Just make sure to be respectful to everyone. But before we get into this video, I of course want to thank my lovely channel members. Special thanks to Angel and Mini Princess who recently became members. Thank you for joining, and also thank you to my other lovely channel members: Alice Loves Cherry, BB Fawn, Vermilion, King Leonidas, Kaylin Castor, Night Skinny Hojin, and Misa. Thanks so much for supporting me and my channel. It truly means a lot to me. I appreciate you all, and if you guys are watching, you can click the join button beneath this video if you would also like to become a member. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Knowing the greats. Now, this might offend some of you, especially if you're a newer K-pop fan, but please know that my intention is not to offend, it's just to make a point. If you're a K-pop fan, you should know some of the greats in the industry. I will never forget, one time I was on YouTube Live and one of my subscribers commented and said, "Who's Taemin?" when I was talking about Taemin's solo career, and I just had to pause for a second. I don't expect newer fans to know complete discographies of third, second, or first gen artists, but if I throw names out there like BoA, SHINee, Super Junior, Big Bang, 21, 2PM, TVXQ, Miss A, Infinite, AOA, EXO, or Wonder Girls for example out there, and you have no clue what I'm talking about and can't name one of their songs, I'm definitely side-eyeing you a little bit. I mean, don't you want to get to know some of the artists who have influenced your favorite 4th gen K-pop artists? Just something to think about. Speaking of 3rd gen K-pop, have you heard of boy group VIX? VIX are known as the concept kings of K-pop, and one of my favorite VIX albums, Ode VIX, featured a title track, Sentis, that was loosely based on the horror fiction novel called Perfume. VIX even rolled out a perfume line for the album in which each member had their own signature scent. Pretty genius, huh? I think it's so cool how fragrance seems to be a reoccurring theme in some K-pop songs and in music as a whole. This brings me to one of my favorite brands, Dossier. I don't know about you, but putting on a great fragrance in the morning motivates me to start my day, and I love rotating my fragrances to switch things up. And Dossier allows me to do that without breaking my bank. The great thing about Dossier is they offer great high-end luxury perfumes that rival high-end brands and are super affordable, so you can smell luxurious on a budget. Fragrances from Dossier will only cost you between $29 and $59, which isn't bad at all if you ask me. Plus, Dossier is currently running their Black Friday sale, so this week you can get 3 perfumes for 20% off and free shipping, 4 perfumes for 25% off, 5 perfumes for 30% off, and 6, 7, or 8 perfumes for 35% off. And you get this discount on top of getting another 5% off if you use my code briczennie5. They also offer free returns and exchanges, so that means that if you don't absolutely love a fragrance that you order, you can send it back with a free shipping label risk-free. Plus, Dossier is constantly adding new scents to their collection, so you will definitely find the perfect scent for you. Dossier sent me a bunch of new fragrances to try, but so far, my favorite this month is Fruity Almond, hands down. The base notes include tonka bean, vanilla, and cocoa, and the top notes are almond and peach. So if you love soft, warm, aromatic vanilla scents, you will obsess over this fragrance like I am. It's such a light, smooth, delicate scent, and I think it's perfect for the fall season. Besides the fact that these fragrances are affordable, the quality is there as well. When I wear Dossier perfume, the scent lasts all day, even when I'm ready to rest and call it a day for the night. If you want to give Dossier a shot and feel expensive for a fraction of the price, you can find your signature scent by using my discount code briczennie5 for 5% off. Dossier also has a new payment method that lets you earn store credit. Just select Catch at the last step of checkout and you can earn a $10 sign-on bonus credit. Thanks, Dossier. dossier, and now let's get right back to the video. Fandoms coming together for a good cause. With all of the constant bickering back and forth and fan wars that come with K-pop, I think it's really refreshing to see fandoms unite for a good cause. An example is the recent Omega X situation. It really warmed my heart to see so many members of different K-pop fandoms coming together to raise awareness and join hands with 4X. Although K-pop fans sometimes get a really bad rep, situations like these remind us that there are decent K-pop fans out there who really care about serious issues. Diversifying tour stops. As a K-tuber with a pretty diverse community, I engage with K-pop fans from just about all around the world, and I didn't realize how lucky I am when it comes to concerts until I spoke to them. Why is it that K-pop companies slap the label World Tour on their tours, but in reality they only mean North America sometimes? And skip entire countries, sometimes even continents. I think there's no excuse for this. K-pop is an international genre with fans across the globe that really want to see their favorite artists. Although I know that sometimes traveling to go to concerts is inevitable as a fan, I really wish that companies would make more of an effort to diversify their tour stops. I mean, hello, the whole continent of Africa exists. Canada is a country in North America. Numerous countries of Europe are often overlooked during the European legs of tours. India exists as well, and I know there are tons of K-pop fans there. Just saying. Not taking award season too seriously. This really shouldn't have to be said, but unfortunately, I see the same things happening every award season. People getting mad over nominations or wins, or mad about which groups or artists are nominated in their categories. I'll specifically talk about Mama for a bit because that seems to be the most highly anticipated award show, at least for international fans. Now, admittedly, sometimes I am disappointed when my faves aren't nominated or are nominated but don't win in their categories, but at the end of the day, I know that certain criteria such as the time frame, sales, and judges' evaluation are taken into play when it comes to award shows. So I really don't understand why some fandoms are dragging each other every year when we know how award season goes. I also want to quickly point out, I think some fans put too much stock into Mama. Like, for example, I Stan the Boys. I don't think they got any Mama nominations this year, but they recently won at the Genie Music Awards, so there are other award shows out there, guys. There's Genie, Melon, Golden Disc, just to name a few. So just because your faves weren't nominated or didn't win in Mama, there's a chance they will be nominated and win in another music award show. Just throwing that out there as well. I would also like everyone to finally come to terms with the fact that if BTS gets a nomination for a category, there's a very likely chance that they're going to win, and that's that. When it comes to Mama specifically, as of 2022, judge evaluation makes up for 40% of all categories, and other factors such as song downloads, physical album sales, and streaming make up for the rest. Knowing that ARMY is the biggest fandom, and BTS always does insane numbers when it comes to streaming, downloads, album sales, music video views, etc. So it's not always about what is the best critically acclaimed song. Numbers make up a huge part of the point system. The outcome here is pretty clear, and that's not BTS's fault, so I guess I'm saying I wish people would stop complaining every time they're nominated, because we know how this goes and they have worked really hard to get to where they are. But besides all that, what baffled me this award season is that certain fandoms such as Dive, Insomnia, Orbit, and Fearless were accused of using bots and scripts to manipulate worldwide fan choice votes. Some netizens put two and two together while noticing spikes in voting for these smaller fandoms days after voting started, ultimately knocking some bigger fandoms out of the top 20. This really didn't make sense since you would expect the most voting to happen in the beginning. My first thought was, is this for real? Some of y'all take Mama this seriously, that you would go to the length of using bots to cheat? I guess it's not that hard to believe, but I was still shocked. It's frustrating for other fandoms who are voting fairly and following the rules, and most of all, the affected artists. Guys, it's just an award show. It really isn't the end of the world if your faves don't win. Showing K-pop producers and songwriters love. As most of you know, I'm a huge citizen, and 127 is one of my alt groups. When 127 was on tour, one thing that really touched me was seeing SM producers and songwriters like Chick Bell and Jeffro Damas getting to attend the show in LA. As someone who's been a K-pop fan for a while, I love getting to know some of the great minds who have worked behind the scenes on some of my favorite K-pop songs. Greats like Kenzie, Dem Joints, Chick Bell, and Moonshine, for example. As fans, I think it should be more normalized to look into who's just working on some of our favorite tracks behind the scenes and show them love when we can because, I mean, we are here for the music, right? I personally love seeing NCitizen's interaction with Dem Joints on Twitter, for example. Seeing him tweet back and forth with NCitizens knowing that he's delivered some of NCT's biggest hits is just so heartwarming. Producers and songwriters deserve their flowers. Co-ed friendships. Let's face it, a lot of female and male idols are probably homies, but unfortunately we don't see many co-ed interactions when it comes to friendships. And honestly, I know why that is. Some fans are insane and would go crazy about platonic interactions, maybe suspecting idols of dating, and all hell would probably break loose. Plus, many companies probably fear that dating might occur as well, but I still really wish it was possible. Think of how many times you hear idols on VLive, etc., talking about how they're close with idols of the same gender. They barely mention idols of the opposite gender, although I'm sure many have friends of both genders. I thought of this when I recently saw Shiny's Key interacting with Twice on Amazing Saturdays, and it was just adorable seeing him dance along to Twice's choreo, and I even remember Key doing the pop challenge with Nayeon during her promotions. I would love to see more content like this from idols, like let the girls and guys be besties. Experimenting with makeup on male idols. One of the most visually interesting things to me when it comes to K-pop is styling, and I specifically tend to pay attention to makeup. There have been several makeup looks on female idols that I think are absolutely gorgeous and I've really adored, but I wish this type of versatility and uniqueness and creativity that I see in female idols makeup was more often applied to male idols makeup looks as well. I know that every idol may have a different level of comfort when it comes to certain types of makeup looks, so of course each individual idol's wants should be taken into consideration when it comes to styling and makeup, but I really appreciate male idol groups who push the boundaries when it comes to makeup, like Ace for example. When it comes to styling and makeup, Ace never fails to try something new and keeps me guessing on what they will do next. For example, I think the makeup in the concept photos for their mini album Siren Dawn was flawless, and I also loved their makeup looks during the show May 5th, 2020 Slow Dive stage. Glittery smoky eyes and lip gloss serving as the statement point of the look, which is something that you don't see male idols wearing often, and I think the boys pulled it off beautifully. Trends that I've seen more idols wearing a bit more often as of late that I'd love to see more of are lip gloss, eye or face gems, graphic eyeliner, which Taeyong wore during the Two Baddies promotions. I think it looked great on him, especially with his eye shape, and also cool nail art. Concert etiquette. This should go without saying, but concert etiquette should be normalized in K-pop. Now, I've been to plenty of K-pop concerts, over 10 at this point, without any issues, but here and there I hear horror stories of K-pop fans attending concerts and showing no respect or consideration to other fans and their safety. Recently, NCT 127 performed in Jakarta, Indonesia, and they had to stop their day one show early without finishing their set due to the actions of some very inconsiderate fans. Multiple people fainted during the show due to pushing and shoving, with the members stopping songs multiple times to tell the crowd to calm down. At one point, Taeyong even attempted to hand a fan a signed ball, and when he did that, everyone started pushing and shoving towards him, knocking over the fan he was trying to hand the ball to, and knocking the barricade over as well. This crowd crush happened less than a week after the Itaewon tragedy, so I can only imagine how mortified the Neos felt. Thankfully, no one was seriously injured, and the boys were able to carry on with day 2 of the tour stop. Now, I understand that people at concerts get excited, especially if they're standing in the general admission area in front of the stage, but it still baffles me that people are willing to potentially hurt others just to get their your name moment and interact with their idols. Like, it's really not that serious. Show some care and respect to those around you. Situations like these not only hurt fans who are trying to enjoy the show, but can traumatize the idols these quote fans claim to care about so much. More content like Dingo's Killing Voice and It's Live. In 4th Gen, there's definitely more of a focus on dancing and performance than vocals, so content like It's Live, where idols perform covers or their original songs live with the band, and Dingo's Killing Voice, where idols sing medleys of their discography, are really refreshing to me as a fan who really appreciates great vocals. I would love to see more content like this, as it would give soloists and groups who are extremely talented vocally a chance to shine. I would especially like a segment that is focused solely on Nugu groups, because I feel like there are so many Nugu groups who have amazing vocals that sadly aren't getting the attention that they deserve just because they don't have a big company and a lot of resources behind them. So that wraps it up on my opinions of things that should be normalized in K-pop. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to comment below and let me know if you agree or disagree with any of the points I made and why, and also feel free to share things that you think should be normalized in K-pop in the comments below, especially if I didn't touch on it in my video. Thanks again for watching. If you've made it this far, make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I would also recommend that you check out my Discord server. The link will be in the pinned comment. It's a great safe space where you can interact with me and other K-pop fans. We have weekly events and really fun games, so I really recommend that you check it out. Like I said, the link to join will be in the pinned comment. Also, make sure to comment if you'd like to see a part 2 to this video or my previous video, things that should not be normalized in K-pop. Thank you again for watching. Thanks again to my channel members, and I'll see you in the next one.
Yeah.